Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is my reaction to the 3-2 win against Hibs in the Premiership tonight. Finally, we are back, and it was really started off like we finished off before the break, but fortunately we got there in the end with a great second half performance. Obviously, concerns with the first half, which we'll get into, but we finished the game strong, which is really good to see, and showing good character in the end to come back. The lineup was maybe a bit of a strange one. It was, still very light on key players, I would have said, still missing several players. A couple of surprises as well, but we lined up McGregor, Tavernier, Lundstrom, Jack, Kent, Kamara, Sands, Morelos, Sakala, Devine and Tillman. On the subs bench were McLaughlin, Davis, Matondo, Wright, Davies, McCann, Arfield, Fraser and Lowry. So obviously a bit surprised that Devine getting a start as well, obviously with Borna still out in Qatar for the third place playoff. We'd have thought Matondo might have started, but obviously still carrying a wee injury there. Interesting, Jack back as well, and no Cholak either, which I'm not too sure if he's picked up a knock or not, but certainly not in the squad. Good to see Lowry back in the squad as well. Unfortunately he never got his game tonight, but really the first half really could have been summed up by saying that the same old, really 4 weeks off, 3 weeks of that with a new manager, and we had learned absolutely nothing. We started off pretty decent, and then we quickly lapsed into the mistakes and poor play that we've seen so regularly this season. On the 7th minute, it was a save from McGregor to tip it over the bar after the attacker wasn't closed down, and he managed to get a strong shot off. Great save from McGregor, but he shouldn't be called into that, to be honest. And then from that corner, Hibs made it 1-0, and it had to be Porteous that scored as well. It was a corner in from the right to the back post, nobody attacking the ball apart from Porteous, and a free header into the back of the net, and he directed it away from the keeper, which is a big feature of our play. It was a good header from him, but how nobody was picking that up. It wouldn't have mattered if there was anybody in the post, because he hit it away from the keeper, slightly to the right of him, I think, as well. It wasn't in one of the corners, so it was just poor defending as usual from a set piece. However, we did level up on the 15th minute, and it was Sakala who was the scorer. The ball was floated in from the right wing to the middle, initially cleared but only to Tillman, who squared it to Kent, who then squared it to Sakala on the left, who controlled it and blasted it past two defenders and the keeper into the back of the net. A great goal all round. However, less than a minute later, what the fuck? We were still seeing replays of our goal. The game kicked off, straight from the kick-off. Hibs knocked it slightly back, a long ball down the left. Tavernier tried to clear it right to the Hibs player. It was a long clearance right to the Hibs player, a quick through ball through the two centre backs, and a shot into the back of the net. Just absolutely scandalous. How many times have we been beaten by goals like that this season? Absolutely dire. I know it was almost a makeshift centre back pairing, but Tavernier had a lot more time than he thought. He just played it first time. It was poor from him. Not the first time again we've seen that from him either. Hibs had another 2 or 3 chances in that half, which forced McGregor into a good save, whereas we had a couple of chances and it was easier for their keeper, as I said, a feature. Into the second half, a much improvement in the second half. Granted, it taken us around 10 minutes to actually get going, mind you, but when we did, we pinned Hibs into their half pretty much from the 54th minute onwards, bar maybe about 2 minutes at the end when we tried to just contain the game in the dying minutes. No changes at half time, and as I said, we did start pretty slow, pretty much how we finished the first half. However, we started to get more of a grip of the game on the 54th minute, a cross into the Hibs box from the left from Devine, Sakala with a header right at the keeper from close range. It was an outstanding cross from Devine. He really came into the second half. Sakala might have done a wee bit better, but it was really close range, really good save from the keeper. However, we only had to wait 4 minutes, because in the 58th minute Jack scored and made it 2 each. It was a corner in from the right, Tillman flicked the header backwards and Jack knocks it in from 2 yards. Outstanding all round. Really good from Tillman as well, and good alertness from Jack. And then 4 minutes later, we made it 3-2 with Morelos. A fantastic goal, a really stunning goal. Down the right hand side, a stunning pass from Tavernier to Tillman in the box. Tillman cuts it back. He actually loses his balance, but still manages to pass to Morelos with his other foot, who had a tap in from 4 yards. Just an outstanding ball from Tavernier. And Tillman, what skill. see, when he's got it, he's got it. We've seen too often in the first part of the season where he was showing it in fleeting glances, but now that's a good few games now. Tillman started to come onto a game. Let's hope that continues. Just after that, we've taken Sakala off and Davis on in the 65th minute. A few good efforts here and there. We kept up the intensity, but just lacked that quality in the final third. When we did have shots, again, we seemed to hit their keeper. It's been a feature throughout the season. It's not just this Rangers team, it's previous seasons as well. The keeper just seems to be a magnet. Maybe that's why they wear bright cut and luminous coloured tops, just as the focal point. We never seem to hit the opposite side. Had that been Hibs players, they would have probably put it to the side of McGregor. I don't know, but something maybe we need to work on. Made more substitutions on the 87th minute. Tillman, Devine and Kamara came off. Wright, Davies and Arfield came on. And in the 92nd minute, Morelos off, Matondo on. Hibs, we obviously went a wee bit defensive there just to contain the last bit of the game. I would have liked to have another goal just to wrap it up. It would have put it out of danger. We've all seen it happen with us before, only been a goal ahead, but fortunately nothing came of it, and we rounded out a victory. So, concerns from the first half, absolutely, but the way we played most of the second half, the way we finished the game, really impressive, and hopefully something to build on. So, we've got a wee bit to wait. Obviously, this is our game that we're playing tonight for the weekend's game. We'll see what Celtic do and see if we've clawed these 3 points back. We'll see. But the next game is on Tuesday, the 20th of December. It's away against Aberdeen in the Premiership. So, another game, big important game, all to play for, as they always are. Not too sure when Dave and I will be back. Maybe next week, just before Christmas, maybe after. I'm not too sure yet. We'll just need to play that one by ear. But as ever, if you want to go and check out all our stuff, you can go to the usual podcast outlets, including YouTube, Twitter and Facebook. So, enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.